Yuichi and Hoshino were once friends, meeting in a kendo club, talking about girls they liked, and sharing their love for the singer Lily Chou-Chou. However, after a troubling journey to Okinawa, where Hoshino nearly drowned, he shifts from a straight-A student into an intimidating gang leader, bringing Yuichi into a bad crowd, eventually humiliating him. Any semblance of a friendship has died, except for within an online message board, where both teenagers adopt usernames and continue to bond over Lily Chou-Chou obsessively, unaware of the person they're speaking to behind the aliases. This is Shunji Iwai's All About Lily Chou-Chou, a non-linear dreamlike teen drama which manipulates the chronology of events to dizzying heights, brimming with authentic portrayals of a myriad of outcast teen issues, isolation, exclusion, mental health struggles, bullying, and its escalation into criminality, as well as the parasocial relationships developed in online sanctuaries. All About Lily Chou-Chou is situated between adolescence in a new century and the dawn of the internet, its drama populating between both worlds like the often referenced epha, the film's near-philosophical questioning as to whether it's possible to become a new self without external influences, as if to be born to exist within nothingness. All About Lily Chou-Chou carries a layer of relatability for teenage outsiders, past and present. Bullying, exclusion, social peer pressures, mental health instability, and emotional despondency are present within the cast of characters, each step towards reserved misery, an emphasis of their disillusionment and seclusion from the expectations of the wider world. For the young cast, their world becomes a place where the death of friendships, social intimidation, and anxiety can become gargantuan, sometimes a matter of life and death, where one of the only sources of solace are the parasocial relationships developed in online spaces, such as where Yuichi and Hoshino discuss Lily Chou-Chou's music, bonding ever closer online despite the heated hostility between them in person. The portrayal of the earlier days of the internet is like a time capsule, retaining a nostalgic relatability for those who may have sought solidarity in online spaces to share hobbies when their social circles didn't share the same interests, as we clearly see with the obsessive cult-like dedication towards Lily Chou-Chou from her fans who may not know other people in person who share the same hyperfixation. But there's a relevancy in the film's depiction of the internet too, and how online spaces, at their best, can develop into sanctuaries away from the pressures of the wider world, such as how Yuichi's depression finds brief relief online speaking to other people, specifically Hoshino, as they quote Lily Chou-Chou lyrics as a source of inspiration to continue living through the obstacles placed before them. It is both a depiction of solidarity, a legitimization of online friendships, and also a reflection on parasocial relationships, in that the users within the Lily Chou-Chou message board form internal personal connections towards an artist that none of them have ever met, who is unaware of their existences. Throughout All About Lily Chou-Chou, the film proposes a philosophical quandary about the epha. Can an artist, like Lily Chou-Chou, exist without external influences, as if to be self-conceived, to be born and to exist within an epha, a form in which they exist disconnected from wider connectivity? Online, fans discuss that Lily Chou-Chou isn't inspired by artists, but that her music stems solely from her own existence. But is it possible for this to be true? All About Lily Chou-Chou examines this with a few examples. A significant turning point is when Hoshino, once friends with Yuichi, takes a trip with him and a few other friends to Okinawa, inspired by the reference to a small island in one of Lily Chou-Chou's songs. While on vacation, Hoshino nearly drowns while floating in the water, as if floating in an epha, and as he awakes, his demeanour and mentality seems to completely shift from straight-A friendly student into something more malevolent, as if by emerging from the epha, Hoshino becomes his own rebirth along a new, darker path. While social influences could play a part, such as peer pressure's influence over Hoshino's need for money, and the defensive nature at play when faced with other teenagers' overcompensating attempts at hypermasculinity, Hoshino's shift still feels sudden, as if he's tapped into an epha himself. Is it that his true self has just awoken? By contrast, the character Kuno, a young piano-playing student who Yuichi has a crush on, is frequently bullied, harassed, and tragically even sexually assaulted. Amongst this developing trauma, Kuno is a pianist who finds great inspiration in Debussy. Her performances can easily be referred to as ethereal, and even an online debate on the Lily Chou-Chou message board suggests that the source of ethereal music stems from Debussy. Kuno herself seems to have tapped into the theoretical ether. Despite the trouble she is forced to endure, she has conceived herself through the piano playing, as if to reject all negative external influences. As Kuno shaves her head, returning to school after her experience of being sexually assaulted, it becomes almost like a protest reaction. No matter what cruelty comes her way, her inner strength and artistry perseveres. Whereas the ether becomes a drastic change for Hoshino, for Kuno it seems to indicate a great unbreakable core, an ether that motivates her continued perseverance as a musician, her survival as a person. Unlike the suggestion made in the online forum of an ether-based near-supernatural source of inspiration that credits Lily Chou-Chou like a goddess, All About Lily Chou-Chou suggests the ether is more an internal human core, a potential source of one's true inner self. For Lily Chou-Chou, it's revealed in art. For Hoshino, it's revealed in cruelty, and Kuno, it's in her endurance. By the end of the film, we may be wondering what our own ethers may hold. In conclusion, Shunji Iwai's All About Lily Chou-Chou presents a relatable, young adult approach to the philosophical possibility of self-inspiration as a source of self-preservation, whether for better or for worse, as well as questioning whether the ether truly exists when social influences play a factor in creating who we are. Often tragic, troubling, hazy and life-affirming, All About Lily Chou-Chou may leave viewers wondering how much of our own endurance is due to external influences, or solely through our own internal ethers. A special thank you to my incredible tier Patreon supporter Gil, and my super tier Patreon supporters Constantine Bombelli, Jamie and Milkway.